Your Majesties, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for returning. Trust you and yours are well. And you loving yourself and others like always. Many thanks to all of you for the support you give to the channel. Thank you so much to our channel members. Drop your hand. To our anonymous supporters, to all of you, my team subscribers, you love, celebrated, and of course appreciated. So there are information circulating. And I said, why not? I bring it here for you to listen to as well. And then you leave what you think there at the section. So it's been said that Trump bought 90% of Burkina Faso's oil. Trump bought 90% of Burkina Faso's oil. And some are saying it's not true, that it's just false information circulating. And whether it is true or not, whether it is false information or not, whether we are, telling a lie against Trump or not. Look at the recent happenings around Burkina Faso, around the Sahel. First, France came and said that they are sorry for all that they had done to Niger, and that they had known or they had realized that they have not been playing fair, and that they would play fair from now henceforth. Why did they come back? They came back to ask or to apologize because they want to return back to Niger. We keep telling you here that after Niger cut ties with France, France began to have problems with their electricity. They have been unable to lit their cities complete because the uranium they were getting so cheap, in short, they were stealing, was no more. Niger took hold of her resources and kicked them out. So they came back and said, okay, we've realized that mistake. We've realized that we have not been playing fair. So now we want to play fair game with you. Whatever you want, we play based on your terms. Mama, I'm walking. Whatever you want, we will play based on your own terms, not our terms anymore. This was what Macron and his cohorts came to say to the Nigerian government. And then around that time as well, we saw that Donald Trump began to dance around Burkina Faso. He started showing some respect to, Traore and his cabinet members, to the point that he welcomed the ambassador in the White House so respectfully. I brought that information here. And we were all aware that it was by his own instructions, because he's the president of the United States of America, by his own instructions that General Langley went to Burkina Faso and accused Ibrahim Traore of, taking advantage of the gold resources for his own personal interest. That happened. They played that game, and then they realized that Africa today is not the Africa of yesterday, because a lot of persons stood up. What is your business? If Ibrahim Traore wants to use the resources for his own interest, why does it concern you? Okay, you're America working for the American government. These are the same people who had sabotaged the Sahel. And then you are here today accusing Ibrahim Traore. We want him, even if he's stealing the gold, we like it that way. So when they saw that people were not buying to those ideas or dancing to their tunes anymore, they switched to other motive. They switched to other plan. Anyway, let's listen to this and we'll take it off from there, Your Majesties.
What if I told you Donald Trump made a demand so outrageous, and this demand could cause global crisis? Reports are flying that Trump wants 90% of Burkina Faso oil and gold, or else, he said, if they don't give the United States 90% of their oil and gold, they'll face dire consequences. You heard me right, 90%. Now, if Burkina Faso give 90% of their own resources to another country, what will be left for the Burkinabe? What are they going to do with 10%? Previously, they referred to Burkina Faso as one of the poorest countries in the world, but they weren't really poor. All of that was because of exploitation. Now they have seen and they want to control their resources so that it will benefit them and benefit the people. You want to take 90%, not 19%, not 30%, 90%. I thought that the stronger countries in the world would protect the smaller countries. But what we see today is the stronger countries want to take advantage of the smaller ones. And that's why nations are taking sides, and that's why people are building new alliances with Russia and China. I don't think this will fly. I think something will happen. Burkina Faso will not do this. Something will happen, and everybody is watching. Burkina Faso is rich in untapped resources and untapped gold reserve, and is gradually gaining geopolitical attention. It was alleged that Trump warns of consequences if his demands are not met. Think about this. This could reshape Africa's political landscape. Think about modern day resource colonization. That's what we are seeing. But I'm sure it will not fly. Africa will not allow this happen. If this is true, then it's not just about Burkina Faso, it's about the future of African sovereignty. We must stand up. We must stay informed.
All right, Majesties, when I saw this, I tried to do some research into it to see if this is true. That Donald wants 90% of Faso's gold and oil. And the truth is that there are informations you won't get on mainstream medias, except you have a one-on-one. And when things like this begin to rise little by little, you discover that there are iotas of truth in informations like this. Prior to this recent attack, we were told that there are preparations for attack like this. Now, because of the fear of bringing out an information and it would be like you're not credible enough, you didn't get it from the right source because it's not seen on mainstream media here and there, we were talking about this on a very low key. On a very low key. And what happened? What we heard, what was whispered into our ears became the truth. And that attack happened some days ago. This was how it started. They are preparing to attack. They are planning a big attack. They are bribing someone. This is about to happen. We didn't take it serious. We didn't talk about it. Or what if it's not true? Or what if the news are just flying there? Or what if I talk about it and they see I'm not credible enough? Boom. It happened. And this is rising up again. That Trump is targeting Burkina Faso's gold and oil. I told you Faso has oil. Just as Niger has oil. When I was talking about Niger's oil, it wasn't rampant like that. In short, it was not. Recently, I brought that information here again. And I referred you back to the video I made 2 years ago about Niger's oil. I told you Niger had oil. And it was confirmed. So, the question is, why is it that these people that claim that they are first world countries would not stay in their first world country and live in their nations, their developed nations? What are they looking for in the continent of Africa in so-called third world nations, especially countries like Niger, Burkina Faso, and Mali? The region that they have tagged as the poorest, the Anawim of the world. What are they doing there? This question sometimes does not rise in our mind, especially some of us who are melanated on the other side who want to criticize Africa for the situation Africa is in. We don't think about issues like this. If Africa were so poor, what are they always going there to do? Why can't they leave Africa to utilize, to develop on her own? Why are they always involved with Africa? These questions are not asked. These questions are not asked. To us, it's none of our business because we are not in the continent. To us, it's none of our business because we are indigenous of America. We don't have anything to do with Africa. But I tell you the truth. If we really want to stand on the side of truth, then we would always ask this question. What are they doing in the continent? A region where they had said is so poor, it has nothing good in it. What are they always coming there to do? And this region had asked that they leave. The continent of Africa is tired of the involvement of Europe and America in her politics, in her way of living, in everything about her. And they have been asking America, leave us alone. They ask France, leave us alone. Germany, leave us, all part, Britain, leave us alone. But these people, are they willing to leave Africa alone? No. Will they leave Africa alone? No. Why? Because they are surviving on the continent. They claim they are developed, they claim they are first world nations, they have everything, technology, everything, they have it. But it is all from the motherland. Do they not have their own resources? They have the little that they need to have in their underground. Why are they not utilizing? They are preserving it for those times where nothing will be left here anymore. And for us to see the bigger picture as Africans, remain in the continent and develop, we are running away. And they are insulting us to our faces, right? In short, you to your faces right now, that you are running away because your nation is the poorest. You are running away because your nation is a hellhole. This is a picture that we have successfully given to them out there, and they use it every day to make mockery of us to our faces. What do you think about this situation? I'm going to leave some information there. Leave your comments at the section. I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive always, your majesties. Bye for now.
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain and Burkina Faso, as they know that both, whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the. According to many sources, Burkina Faso just shocked the world. President Ibrahim Traoré has rejected a gold and oil deal reportedly backed by U.S. President Donald Trump. Streets erupted in celebration, while Washington fumed and hinted at serious consequences. Why would Traoré risk so much to say no? What exactly was in that deal? And could this be the start of Africa's boldest shift in decades? For years, Africa's natural resources have been the center of quiet, calculated negotiations, most of them sealed behind closed doors, away from public scrutiny. But on this day, everything changed. Burkina Faso's president, Ibrahim Traoré, didn't just reject an offer from one of the most powerful countries on earth. He made that rejection loud, public, and impossible to ignore. According to regional sources and diplomatic insiders, the proposal reportedly carried the weight of U.S. President Donald Trump's backing, promising investments tied directly to gold and oil access. Yet Traoré didn't blink. In a public statement delivered in Ouagadougou, he declared, Burkina Faso's resources are for its people, not for foreign exploitation. The reaction was instant. Crowds poured into the streets, waving flags and chanting in support of Traoré's decision. For many Burkinabe, this was more than a policy stance. It was a moment of national pride, a symbolic reclaiming of control over wealth long seen as exploited by outsiders. Across Africa, social media erupted under the hashtag #WalkWithTraor, turning the local decision into a continental rallying cry for resource sovereignty. In Washington, the response was far from celebratory. Trump, known for his blunt and aggressive style, reportedly issued an ultimatum, warning of serious consequences if Burkina Faso failed to reverse course. Rumors of sanctions, withdrawal of aid, and even restrictions on financial transactions began circulating in U.S. and European media outlets. American commentators called the rejection a geopolitical miscalculation, while African commentators labeled it the first sign of true independence in decades. What made this moment so explosive was timing. Burkina Faso is no stranger to foreign interest in its resources. For decades, international companies, most of them Western, have dominated gold mining operations, often exporting raw materials and leaving behind little for local development. But under Traoré's leadership, the tide began to shift. His government had already nationalized several key mines and announced the creation of a state-owned gold refinery, moves signaling an economic strategy that favored self-reliance over dependency. Rejecting Trump's proposal was, therefore, not just about one deal. It was about protecting an entirely new economic direction for the country. It sent an unmistakable message. Burkina Faso was no longer interested in playing by old rules, where powerful foreign governments shaped Africa's resource policies in exchange for short-term incentives.